because we can all use an energy boost every now and again. But like all of these streams, I've got no idea which direction they're going to go in. But until anybody shows up or appears on the thread or we get the chat going, I'm going to talk all things energy. So energy, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Every opportunity, every thought you have is an opportunity to energize yourself. And this is something that you can do watching the TV, lying in bed, uh, anywhere, anytime, any place, anywhere. Now, I draw the caveat unless you're really advanced, if you're working machinery or in a place where distracting could get you in trouble or injured. Probably best to avoid those environments. But for sitting down, relaxing, energy is always good. And let's face it, whenever you're doing any energy work, you're going to set an intention for it. So it's always a good idea to set an intention to be safe. So that is also something that we can put in there. But as with anything energy related, the first thing we do is ground ourselves. Now, for those of you that are new to energy, to ground yourself, that is going to be just imagine a ball of light in the center of the earth and a light cord going up to the base of your spine. And just by thinking about it, you are grounded because energy follows thought. Now, the real game with energy is to bring your focus inwards. So most people spend most of their life focusing externally and not internally. And the game is to focus internally. Because when we're working with energy, it's an opportunity to help others, but also to help yourself. It's the ultimate win-win. Because you help others by helping yourself. You help yourself by helping others. And that is how it works. Most people that get into energy, especially me, when I first got into energy work, I had this belief that I was here to help other people. What I hadn't realized is that working with energy is the ultimate win-win because you get to help yourself through using it. So that is the good thing about energy work. So the first thing you do, you ground yourself. We've gone through that process. And now just imagine light coming through you. So whether it's the moon, the stars, a ball of light above your head, the universal grid or whatever it is, just imagine that coming through right now. I've got Linzarella has joined the call. So hello, Linzarella. Good to have you here. So we're going through the motions here. I've said let's just let's start energizing the process. We've grounded. We're activating our light coming through us as we do this. So you can do this live as we go along. So there's a little reminder. We're going to do energy. We can have a chat. We could do all the other stuff, but we're going to set the intention that we're going to energize during the however long this call goes on. We're going to be energizing simultaneously. And for anyone that is coming late to the game or watching this retrospectively, you can still energize. It is activated to cause you to have an energy burst as you go through it. I've got Lindsay Hurst on the line saying hi. Well, hi, Lindsay Hurst. I've got two Lindsays. Look at that. I've got Linzarella and Lindsay Hurst. So this is obviously Lindsay Jedi friends today on the chat. So we've got a few extra people have jumped on now. I've noticed we're starting to spike. We've got more Jedis on the line. So for anyone late to the game, what we've done, we've activated ourselves, we've grounded ourselves, and we're allowing energy through on this call. So as you listen in, you will be getting energy because it has been set up that way. That is how the Jedis work. So I've got Claire McBride has joined and said hi. Hi, Claire. Good to hear you. Thanks for getting involved in the chat. Can I get out a shout out, please? It's my birthday today. Well, happy birthday, Claire. Well, Jedi friends, we have got birthday Claire on the line who has made it onto a YouTube live on her birthday. I think it would be rude not to give her a shout out. So come on, Jedi friends, give her a happy birthday on the thread and I will read it out as we go along. I think we all need to get a little bit of good energy vibes as we go along with this this call. So share the love with Claire there. It's her birthday. So kudos to you, Claire. Thanks for joining us on your birthday. We're energizing. We are having energizing fun here. Linzarella says, happy birthday. There you go. You've got your You've got your first Jedi birthday, birthday wishes from the thread. From the thread, as we energize on this call, we can feel the energies all through our veins. We're going full Jedi with this, my friends. So yes, it's good to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for getting involved. And yeah, let's energize the thread. I don't know what's actually happening here because according as I watch this, it says, oh, there's one person likes this, and then it went up to 2 people, and now it's back down to 1. So either someone's changed their mind or the algorithm doesn't like me. It's deleting my likes as we go along. So I do think YouTube's got it in for me at the moment. It definitely has been a few deletions as we've gone along. I've gone a little bit rogue and rebel. I'm too rebel for YouTube because it's probably, well, it's one of 2 things or possibly a combination of the both. One, my language can get a little bit fruity every now and again because I don't hold back. And secondly, I say things which you're not allowed to say on YouTube at the moment. Telling the truth in the UK can get you in loads of trouble at the moment. So there we go. So we've got more Jedi wishes for you in Claire. So Claire says, thanks, Linzarella. We've got Sky Fishing in saying, hey, says hi. Aquarius birthday, says Linzarella. And Claire says, ha, ha, ha. Well, there you go. The age of Aquarius is on us, my friends. They've been bringing on the age of Aquarius. This is it. We are raising the vibe. We're actually getting some serious downloads. We've got Fabian Kierrock there has just written Predator. Well, we've got a predator on the line. So, Fabian, well, thanks for warning us. Thanks. Shouldn't you be out hunting aliens, my friend? We get all sorts on here, you know, a single word, predator. Well, that's a hell of an introduction, isn't it? We've got Fabian the Predator. He's a predator on the line. There you go. We get all sorts on here. We don't have any biases. You know, anyone's welcome to jump on and jump in as well. So got a little smiley face from Linzarella. Well, it could be worried. I've got somebody that looks like it's Russian. I can't read what it actually said, what the name is, but it says hi. Well, hi to you, my Jedi friend. I'm down as an A in the emoji. We've got Fabian is back. What did you say, Walter White? Oh, we've got him in. Hello, Fabian. Well, if you saw some of my concoctions, my friend, Walter White would be like the secondary. He'd be secondary. So yes, I am breaking it. I'm breaking it, and we bring in the bad. Bring in the bad. Let's mix it up, my Jedi friends. We've got the trolls in the house, and we love the trolls. As anyone will have been on any of my threads will know, we embrace them. So welcome, Fabian. Bring on your best shot. Walter White is a bit low grade, though. I mean, we've had much better trolling comments than that, but I do appreciate it. And yeah, could be a bit of Walter White going on. Certainly a bit of Breaking Bad. Who knows? Who knows where this thread is going to go? Who knows where the energy will take us on this wild thread? So, hi, I'm a fan. Well, Fabian, welcome. Welcome, my Jedi friend. Everybody is welcome on this thread, especially anyone that wants to throw any troll comments. Do you know, ironically, here's the truth. I did one live and I said, look, all trolls are welcome. Let's go for it. And it was my most viewed video on a live ever. Got more people on it because we had all these troll comments on. So the YouTube algorithm doesn't distinguish whether I'm getting good, bad, or indifferent comments. You know, so on that basis, any comment is a good comment. Any like is a good like. Any dislike is a good like because it still shows that people are interacting. So here's the thing, folks. I won't just say just like the video. I mean, sure, if you like it, then like it. But if you dislike it, make a point of letting everyone know that you dislike it, because the YouTube algorithm doesn't distinguish. It just says, oh, people are reacting. People are reacting. So, you know, if you dislike it, then let YouTube know for certain. So let's have a look. We have got Sunshine, and that is SHYNE. 8372 saying grand rising and happy Valentine's Day everyone. Well, thank you, Sunshine. On Walls says hi. Fair play on Walls. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for getting involved in the chat. We like all of that. We've got Let's In D5Y. Go to bed and look at the time in the UK because I live in the UK. Well, I am in the UK. Let's have a look. Let's in. And the fact that you've come on board to tell me to go to bed tells me that you're a bit of a night owl as well. Well, we all have different algorithms. We all have different time preferences, my friend. And if you wish to go to bed, then you're more than welcome. But you won't be telling me whether to go to bed or not. It is way short of my bedtime, my Jedi friend, because I energize at night. I am a night owl, and we like to do all of this. So here we go. Saying hi from Oklahoma, Sunshine says, well, hello, my Jedi friend. It's 4:22 here, lol. Well, kudos to you. We welcome our American friends because we just welcome everybody. We welcome all Jedis. Jedis are all over the globe at the moment because we are needed. I actually looked up and it said live. I'd been going for 11:11 when I looked up at the time. There you go. There's a bit of coincidence, isn't it? A bit of the elder numerology kicking in there. Happened to notice at 11:11. Let's have a look. So Fabian, I'm 10 and I don't have to go to bed. Fair enough, Fabian. Fair enough. Well, you are very welcome. You are welcome. Let's have a look. Let's In D5Y says you're the GTEMU version of Mr. Clean. I've got no idea what that means. I'm afraid that reference is lost on me. Let's In. I've got no idea. I've got no context for that comment. Maybe that's a generational thing. I was told by a few of my friends that I was apparently a hitman, that if I had a barcode on the back of my head, I would have possibly qualified. If I'd got my suit, I was wearing my suit that day. So yeah, I was told I was hitman. I've been, who else was I? I was Jean-Luc Picard as well. I've been a starship captain. So yeah, I've done the rounds, my Jedi friends. I can shapeshift into all sorts of interesting characters according to the stuff that's getting on here. So Fabian says, let's have a look. Sunshine says, you would be in the US to understand that. LMAO. He's laughing my arse off, I believe that is. So Fabian, it's a fake shopping site. Well, I don't shopping sites. You will not find me. My Jedi friends, you definitely won't find me on there. And Sunshine says, general reading, I'm guessing. Well, maybe. Sunshine, hey, Temu is not fake. I get stuff from there all the time, lol. So yes, Temu now I see it jumps in the algorithm. It's some mad shopping site. I've never actually been on it, never used it. So let's have a look. Oliver says same. Well, hello, Oliver. Thank you for joining the chat. The chat's getting a little bit lively now. We're getting all sorts of people jumping in. Fair play. Fair play to you all. Let's have a look. Let's In says meow murder Skibdy Ohio fine shit. Well, I mean, I can only attempt to decrypt what that might mean, but it sounds interesting. That sounds like some good shit that you're on, Let's In, some really good shit. So kudos to you. If it works for you, my friend, then go for it. That's what I say. Absolutely. Go for it, my Jedi friends. Go for it. We are here just to have a bit of fun. We're here to energize. We're here to energize. So let's have a look. Sunshine, speaking of time to smoke, lol. Well, it may well be a time for altered states, my Jedi friend, altered states. Linzarella says you may be able to turn comments off when you do the energy thing. Well, luckily, Linz, I sent that at the beginning of the chat. So you know that we've set the energy up, we're grounding, we're already channeling energy, so it's all done. And it doesn't matter what comments come through, because that doesn't stop us from energizing. In many respects, this is just to show that you can energize in any environment. If you're getting trolled, if you're in a nice environment, if you're in Zen, Buddhist, monk, You don't need to be in a temple or some sort of Zen environment to do this stuff. You can do it anywhere. And that's the whole point. That's why I do like live energy sessions when we're live, because it just to prove to you that it doesn't matter who shows up or what's going on, that you can still energize in any environment if you get your mindset right, if you set it right. So I'm energizing regardless what comes in. If people say it's great, that's great. We energize anyway. If people start trolling me and don't get it, it doesn't matter, because we energize anyway. It doesn't really matter. And this is proof that that is the case. So there you go. There you go. Lindsay says, all good. Sunshine. Yes, the whole thing is that you carry that around with you all the time. Yeah, well, whatever it is you're talking about, you carry around. But yes, you're always carrying your own thoughts around with you all the time. Sunshine. That's a really good point. You know, the only opinion that matters in your life is your own. The only voice and opinion that should matter from an energy perspective is your own voice. Everyone else, well, you might get people saying nice things. That's great. But if you're dependent on people saying nice things to get your own inner world working well, then that can be dependence. Because when people start trolling you and life starts going wrong, that's where energy really kicks in. It's about you having such a great relationship with yourself that it doesn't matter what anyone else says or does around you. That is a good summary of what energy is. And that is why we learn it, because it's a skill set. It's a toolkit to stack the deck in your favor. That is where we're at, my Jedi friends. So there you have it. There you have it. That is what energy is all about. So Claire Brown, can you put on one of your device when you know about love, Jay, I made it? I'm not quite sure what you're asking me there, Claire. Let's have a look. Let me read it again. Can you put on one of your device what you know about love by Jay, I made it? Got no idea what that means. You'll need to punctuate that sentence so I understand exactly what you're asking, Claire. But I see love in there. Focus on love. That is a very good thing to do. That is a very good thing to do. Focus on things that you love. If you do that, then everything improves. Everything. It influences everything in a good way. Everything in a good way. Let's have a look. Sunshine. The struggle is how you rise. Make the right choices and go a different way. Well, there you go. If you say so, Sunshine. Fair play to you, Lindsarella. That's a great explanation, Adam. Well, thank you, Linz. That really is. I mean, it is that simple. A lot of people like to complicate energy work. But energy work is a set of tools that enable you to feel better even when you've had your worst day ever. It's about being able to pick yourself up and a set of tools that make you feel better, that energize your body and your mind, regardless what is happening around you. Staying calm in the storm, picking yourself up, dusting yourself down. Now, a lot of people talk about energy when everything's great. Now, it's easy to do energy work when everything's great. But it's also about being versatile as well when things aren't so great. And that's where real energy work kicks in. That's a true measure of how advanced you are with energy. Because it's not about obtaining happiness or jubilation, and it's not about, pulling yourself down. It's about staying zen, being able to reach a place where you just see the world from a very neutral point of view, but you feel good about it. You observe the voice in your head. So you're not believing what it's telling you. So the voice in everyone's head, and this is really important, most people's voice is being programmed by their parents from a young age. It's programmed from other people as well. But the game here is to be able to observe the voice in your head that says you're not good enough. If it's trolling you with this stuff, oh, I couldn't do that. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, that won't work for me. Oh, things never work. That is a programmed voice and it's not yours. It's probably your parents or some childhood influence. Energy work is observing that, detaching from that voice and just seeing them like clouds, seeing that voice like clouds in the sky. They only have power if you attach to them. By detaching from the voice and observing it and saying, is this true? And more and often it's not. And Sunshine saying observer mode. That's exactly it. Going to observer mode. Well, you're not going to judge your thoughts. You're just going to watch them. Say, oh, that's interesting. Oh, this stuff always happens to me. Is that true? Well, it doesn't feel true. I don't think it could be. Can we change it? Can we make it better? And then energy comes in. You can use energy, and that will raise things up. That will help you to feel better. So this is what we're talking about here. This is actual energy in action. This isn't just theory. This is how it practically works. And these are situations that you can use it to stack the deck in your favor. And that's why we learn energy tools, energy processes, energy maneuvers. Now, it's actually simple to describe them, but then having the discipline to use them, that's where it comes in. So this is when I teach energy. We don't just do it on a 1 or 2 day workshop. It's usually an extended program, so people can feed back. They can go out, use it in the real world, and then come and feed back. And then we can put practical application on the observations that they've made through using it in real life. And that's the bottom line. So Linzarella says, that fits into something I relate to. Well, fair play to you. And Sunshine says, I started with carrying the feeling of riding a roller coaster with childlike joy. Even though you're scared, it is fun. Well, it's interesting analogy, Sunshine. I often say that, that most people expect life to be like a train journey. They want it smooth. They want to get in, they want to sit down, they want a nice, smooth ride. That's the reality of life for most people. They want that smooth ride. But that's not the way life operates. Sometimes things happen that make us euphoric, the highs. And sometimes things will crash us to the ground, devastating news, things that go wrong, the death of a loved one, stuff like that. I mean, life is not designed to be a train, it's designed to be a roller coaster. And enjoy the ride, but you've got to navigate the lows as well as enjoying the highs as well. And here's another thing with life's roller coaster, that the height of the high is only relative to the depth of the low. If you haven't experienced real pain and trauma, then what is a high for you will not have the context. You won't understand what real lows are. So the more exciting the process, the more exciting the roller coaster is made by how deep are the lows, how low do you have to go, sometimes is the case. And if you haven't had real pain and suffering in your life, then you haven't had real highs either, because everything's relative. Your low point is relative to your high point, and that is what life does to you. And the older you get, the lower the lows and the higher the highs. Everything becomes relative. Everything becomes relative. So there we go. So let's see. Sunshine. I like the thrills. Laugh my ass off. Well, fair play. Definitely true. Lost my father when I was 11. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Sunshine. I mean, that's the sort of thing that gives you a low that really will anchor. And that's an incredibly young age to lose a parent as well. So I feel your pain on that one, my friend. But also, it gives you, he's still here. Well, there you go. You lost him. What was in the shopping mall, was it? Fair play. Well, you could be psychic as well. Maybe you see ghosts. Maybe you are the sixth sense. Who knows? Who knows? So let's have a look. So no, I feel his energy still. Well, if you are that tuned in, then that is very much the case. So here's how I define it, because, I lost my dad as well. And, he is part of me because I can tune into an energy. His energy runs through me. So he is sort of still here while he's physically not. So he's dead, but I can feel his energy if I go into a space and I look to channel my dad. So that's part of the process as well. That people live through us, they pass on energetically. And not only that, but if you tune in, and this is another thing why I love using energy, and I've helped loads of people to do this, there's always a part of you, if you've lost a loved one, that you can go inside with and say, what would my dad say now? What would he tell you? What would he say to you? And I know every time I get an answer to that question. So yes, he sort of is here, even though he isn't. So I know what you're saying, Sunshine, and that's a great way to operate. And kudos to you. Kudos to you, my Jedi friend. That is cool. So I just carried him with me. That's fair play to you. So I've got Reese here, Reese Greenwood. How much is an appointment? Well, fair play. Is you want an appointment? What for, Reese? So I need to know what the appointment is. Is it an appointment with destiny? Is that what you're after, or are you asking how much it is to be coached by me, or to go through one of my training programs? So I'm not quite sure. Give me the context of what you want, or message me. You can message me through here. I'm quite happy to share that. So yes, I do mentor people. I do coaching, and I do programs as well. So it depends with the programs, because I do different offers at different times. But my general coaching is about £100 an hour, or it's £500 for 6 hours. So that's how we go, how I operate. So if you are serious, there you go. There you go. Let's have a look here. So, Sunshine, I've learned everything by jumping around and finding out what fits best for me. Yeah, well, good play. Good play. Fair play to you, Sunshine. That's exactly how to do it. I've got, I'm trying to read this now. It's kindly because I'm on my mobile. Almus Ra says, please give me a shout out. So I can see a figure with an A on it, but unfortunately my eyes are not brilliant. My eyes are brilliant. Let's have a look. So let's have a look. Reese says, seems fucked up to profit off people's trauma when you just talking bollocks. Well, Reese, you know, you're talking bollocks, and there's all sorts of things. So people obviously pay you to do something, and that seems fucked up to me. People with fucked up attitudes coming on here, trolling with stupid shit. £100 is crazy. Well, it's only crazy if you don't know what it is. You can't value what you don't know, do you? I mean, you think nothing to pay a plumber to come and fix your plumbing, but the plumbing in your head, which is clearly a little bit fucked up, no, you don't value that at the same amount of money, do you? Well, I can't help you. If you don't value your own energy or your own mental well-being for £100, then there is no help for you. And quite frankly, that is well under what I could be charging and have charged in corporate. So your opinion is completely irrelevant to me. If you make a living off this, well done, mate. Well, thank you. Yes, I do make a living, because I'll tell you why, Reese, because I'm fucking good at it. That's why. Because everyone that's ever worked with me has had positive things to say, and that's the bottom line. So there you go. Let's have a look. We have got somebody else in. Who is this? Dear Alice fan. Dear Alice fan. Hi, bro. Well, hi, dear Alice fan. Good to have you here. Thank you for joining us, my Jedi friend. We're just riffing at the moment. We're going with the comments, we're going with the flow, and we're energizing as we go along. So let's have a look. ASD Gaming, say something bad about me. Well, you haven't given me anything to work with. You'd need to start the trolling to go there. Let's have absolutely. You'd have to start trolling. Then I'll say something bad about you. But yeah, as you'll probably notice, I have no problem with pushing back if people want to troll me on the comments. So Greece is back. Fair play, mate. I'm the real mug. I earn minimum wage and a crime scene cleaner. Well, fair play. Look, Reese, I mean, I troll people. If people troll me, I troll you back. You know, that's it. But we're all mates here. You know, it's kudos to you, my friend. Kudos to you. So I wish you all the very best. Guys, I've just dawned on me, my battery's about to run out, so I'm going to have to plug it in. I'm going to have to get a little intervention, plug in the phone, so we get the juice back. Look, the bottom line is, Reese, it's what we value our worth at. You know, what is your time worth? I mean, it sounds, I mean, if you're clearing like crime scenes, I mean, that's valuable work. And if people don't know your value, then it's your job to educate them. It's your job to know your value. It's your job to state your value. And that's another thing with energy as well. A lot of people in the energy world, and especially me when I first qualified, I was coming out and doing all sorts of stuff for free. People were getting incredible results because I didn't feel worth it. I felt like a fraud. It was like, can't be that easy to work with people. But um, having worked now at this stage in my life with thousands of people through really difficult parts of their life, I know that I am a voice of reason that most people aren't going to get. And I've worked with people at the end of life as well. So, I've really had a lot of experience of dealing with people at their lowest points. So let's have a look. Um, Tamos, who's this? Tamos Shanta. I have to apologize, pal. Well, you've got nothing to apologize yet, Tamos, unless you're preempting a troll that you're going to apologize for in advance. In which case, bring it on. That's kudos to you, my friend. We've got Daniel Foster here. Hello, fellow Jedis. We are here, lol. Well, thank you for joining me, Daniel. It is an absolute pleasure to have you all here. And that's all of you. Look, in case you haven't realized, I'm quite thick-skinned, and everybody that comments helps my algorithm. So, there's no good, bad, or indifferent here. And not only that, I'm here to prove to you that when you work with energy, it doesn't matter what anyone else says. It's good that if people like what I'm saying, that's nice. But I will stay the same if people are trolling me left, right, and center. And this is part of working with energy as well. Part of working with energy is appreciating what other people are doing or acknowledging what other people are doing, but not letting it affect your energy, not letting it throw you off kilter here. That is part of why we learn this, and this is part of the game. So, Linzarella, even indigenous medicine people have transactions for healing, such as gifts of tobacco. It's a form of respect and exchange. It absolutely is. And look, everybody works. Everybody works. And the question is, what value do you bring to it? Some people will only pay you minimum wage. Some people, they demand more. I know people that charge thousands of pounds an hour, thousands of pounds for every hour. Absolutely. Because they know their worth. And not only that, but the word has got around. The results are out there. And it's the same. It's the same. When you know your value, then, you have less, you've less friction when stating it. I mean, I know it's massive value. I know for what I charge, everybody gets value. Absolutely 100%. And I've even told people, look, if you don't think you're getting at least 5 times the value, let me know. And we'll have a chat about it. I'll give you a full refund if you don't. So there you go. But people have to come in with the right mindset as well. Some people say that they want change, but they actually don't. And part of my process is flushing out people that say they want to change, but they don't really want to either. But let's face it, when you hit a brick wall, when massive trauma comes into your life, when your world falls apart, that's the time when you need help. And, no GP is going to give you that. They'll give you drugs. They'll give you some good shit, my friends. And then we're back to me being Walter White. We can mix some really good shit that might might distract the pain away for a little bit, but it won't go completely, my Jedi friends. It will not go completely. So that is really an overview of what it is with energy, and that's how we play. So hopefully this has helped you, my Jedi friends. I'm probably going to sign off in the next couple of minutes because I think we've covered some really key areas today, and we've had a certain energy boost on this thread. I want to thank all of you that attended for jumping on, everybody that commented, everybody, because as I say, like even comments that aren't positive help me with the algorithm. Everybody that has liked this video, that helps me immeasurably. It costs you nothing, so thank you. But I do appreciate it because not everybody will like that, and not everyone will do me the favor. So Daniel Foster says, hi. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for joining me today, my Jedi friend. I wish all of you a fabulous rest of the weekend. And for Jedi friends in America, it's still the day there for you. It's coming to an end for us. In fact, in just over an hour, I'm going to be in the future. I'm going to be in the future from our American friends. We'll be a day ahead. We'll be a day ahead of you, just like my Australian friends. They're already a day ahead of me, or as we talk now. So that's the way we roll, my Jedi friends. So it's been fun. It really has. And I just want to thank all of you for getting involved. Have a fantastic weekend. And just as a reminder, stay energized, stay grounded, ground yourself. Imagine a ball of light above your head. Imagine light coming through you, and you are energizing. You are absolutely energizing live. So Daniel Foster says, toss some Boddingtons for us later, my Jedi friends. It's love, P. And Linterella says, thank you for the live, Adam. Enjoy your evening. You too, Linterella. Thanks for joining us. Well, looks like I might have to go and reach for the Boddingtons now. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate that. You take care, my friend. Thanks for joining us. And that is it from me, my friends. I am now going to actually press the button to finish this, and it gave me an option to report myself. I don't even know where the end thing button is. It's not even showing me at the moment. It won't even let me end my own show. I don't know how to do it. So let's try that. Maybe that'll do the job. Anyway, my friends, you enjoy the rest of your weekend.